Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and today I'm going to read again on Lauren. Can't seem to say her name correctly. Lauren Boebert. I keep on going Lowen Boebert. Sorry. Sometimes I can't get my tongue working right. Anyway, let's look at Lauren Boebert again because we have a couple of questions, and I have them here written down. Tiana wants to know if she'll be indicted and going to prison. And then Shivani wants to know if she aided others or sponsored others through her networks with fundraising, etc., to travel to DC, before the insurrection. So I'm sure there's going to be clues in the other reading, but let's look at it again to see if she's going to be indicted. And of course, if she is, the cards will explain what's going on there. So I think with this one, I'll definitely use Kipper. So, okay, let me get the camera dropped down and get started. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I can answer both questions within one spread, and my intention is for it to go from like past, present, future, like that type of thing, or it could maybe present doesn't matter so much, but what she's guilty of in the past and then what her future is. Like basically, will she be indicted and going to prison? And then that's for Tiana's question, but then for Shivani's question, she wanted to know, well, I just said it a minute ago, but I don't need to reiterate it. Oh, so okay, so let me just focus in on, well, actually I do have to say it. Did she, because I'm putting the question into the cards, I'm asking for only the truth, and I'm aligning with the laws of love and truth to bring me the answers. Okay, so did she aid others or sponsor others through their networks, or through her networks, and fundraising to travel to DC for the insurrection? And if so, will she be going to prison? Let's look at that too, of course. Okay, Lauren Boebert. Okay. Oops. Well, hold on one second. I need to lift my camera up just a little bit. Okay, that should work. I don't know why I keep wanting to flip the cards around. Oh, there she is there. And change. Okay, so far, but I can always draw another layer on top. So far I don't see incarceration. But let's see exactly what we're getting here. I have these cards already for in the future. So here's our theme. The coffin card is a really painful loss, and something that's that has to end. And this could very well be her losing her job or needing to resign, because this is the card where you have to let go. It's the end of something and you're done. Interesting. That's the theme. This could be indicating the end of all hope for her. This could also be the end of if she's got a drug or an alcohol issue. This could also be the end of foreign money, or the ending and the loss, the painful loss is because of foreign money. And so this coffin card knights over here to the mature woman, and then over to her card as well. So let's look at these two cards together in relationship with this, painful loss and something that is just absolutely over for her. So unless this is her mother, because, oftentimes it's a mother or an aunt or somebody who's very supportive. It could be money, and I would say absolutely so, because the money that you don't have to earn is hanging over. This would be like the donations of some wealthy woman comes to an end for Lauren Boebert. No more support from this woman. And whether or not she'll wind up in poverty, there's this painful loss of some support from a man that's about her age as well. Might not be poverty for her, but there is, there's change that's coming, that's for sure. The Journey card, so that's going in that direction. So there's a change. This could be a soul journey here. These cards together are like spiritual death. Where the way it works, I believe anyway, is that our spirits will never allow our spirits to be destroyed, and they will take us out of an incarnation if we need to. Because if we're in a pattern of self-sabotage, that can bring in the the spiritual need to get out of that incarnation. I mean, I can't say for her, but as far as if she sponsored someone, she would have been up here and money would be down here usually. But this does show a supportive older woman who did sponsor her. I mean, this could be this card can be the stand-in for many of those types of women. Like if remember Jenny Thomas? She was. I should probably move these up a little bit. A lot more room here for the closed captioning. Remember Jenny Thomas, Clarence Thomas's wife? There was proof that she brought in money, and then also, and the money to pay for travel and hotels, things like that. And then also there was. Well, of course, Rebecca Mercer's always in there. You guys are going to have to let me know who this other, who these other wealthy women are who could be standing in for this card, because it's clear that what's going to happen is that documents are going to come in to prove this money, to support the journey. Right, and this is heading towards the past. So this is definitely the card of transportation to bring people into the capital. So this could stand in for the capital, and this card can also stand in for the process of people who will have charges pressed against them, because they did travel in, and these are the people who were. This could be the very violent community, the violent mob right here. The violent mob. And there are some wealthy women who funded it. And yes, the transportation and all of that. And there's going to be a painful ending as to, you know. So this is all, these cards are all speaking to what's going to come down the pike. And I know I've read on it before. I just don't remember which deck I used, if I even used the Kipper. But this is speaking to how that the January 6th commission, Nancy Pelosi's commission, this is how it's going to go. It's going to be a really painful ending for a lot of Republicans and wealthy donors, and they're going to have to give up all hope, and foreign money will be, I'm thinking that it will be seen that foreign money paid for a lot of this. Because of course this kind of thing is exactly like Putin's playbook. Absolutely. So looking forward, so this is all the past, and then looking forward into the future, there's somebody, like I was saying before, who's a wealthy younger guy, or someone with a lot of influence and money, who is no longer going to give her money. And her reputation here is going through some poverty as well, and her reputation will change. This card's just about meetups, like meetings. I think in the future it will be seen that her reputation, it's proven that her reputation did help people travel, or her actions, the wheels that turned, that were her actions, and what she will be responsible for, because this card is all about something that a person achieved. So she will be recognized publicly. This is a public recognition card. She will be recognized publicly for the fact that she did help others get in. And she probably met with them to, ahead of time to facilitate this change and this travel. If this isn't an actual vehicle that got in because of her, then this is showing her job change. This is a card of job change, even moving house. But it's also a card of people coming and going. And it's definitely a card of, movement with vehicles. And of course, a lot of these people who stormed the Capitol, it's coming out that they were, on social services like safety nets and like welfare, things like that, like social, disability, like SSI, and then, oh my goodness, and welfare. So those were the people that someone like her and these other wealthy people would need to support, because they wouldn't have any means to get there without them. That's who, I don't know who this guy is. Well, actually, let's take that back. I'm thinking Alex Jones, and who else? I've read on so many different people. There were a lot of guys that funded this insurrection. But also all that, it has come out already, and it will continue to come out and be revealed who these people are. And again, just like this card, this mature woman, this wealthy man can be a stand-in for many males, probably under 55, maybe even under 60, who helped fund this, awful thing. But their reputation, they'll go down in history knowing that they supported the insurrection. Okay, so let's dive in a little further and see, does she have imprisonment in her future? Okay, there's her work. Something about her information, communications about her work. Something new comes in. About money that did come through her. Now, this doesn't have to be his thoughts. This can be anybody that is thinking about her. This could be her thoughts as well. Oh, she's married, right? Isn't she married to some wealthy guy? Now, that wouldn't be him here, but this would be her husband. He's right there. You know, he's right here. So his reputation is there as well. Oh, and he's the one that's thinking about it. So how does she wind up in prison? Yeah, this is definitely her husband for sure. So he's implicated as well for some reason or another. Oh, and he's like really, really worried about it, about being caught and seen. There's court for both of them. Their fraud and their scam operation and the money that funded it and all the details it took to bring it together. But honestly, you guys, I mean, I'm drawing every card I can here. There's another woman. I'm not seeing prison there. Yeah, but there was some other woman who was involved. So these other people, I think, are going to end up. Oh, somebody's going to prison. It might not be her, but it could be him or some of these other people that funneled the money. Somebody who's closely connected to her, and whoever this woman is. I mean, we've got all the players here. The only one that didn't come through was with the people cards was the older guy, the wealthy guy. Now this is her, someone in her, close to her home. So it could be her and her husband eventually, but it could also just be him and someone else that brought in money. Okay, well, that's all I have for Lauren Boebert. I don't know how long this is going to take. I mean, this card here is, when it comes to timing, yeah, so anybody that was in and successful in getting this done will be implicated. But when it comes to timing, I don't know how long. Yeah, it's official. There's somebody's going to definitely be going to prison, that's for sure. And bad health, expectation. I'm still not even drawing all these cards. I'm not getting the long time card, which it's got to be here somewhere. Yeah, this one. This is the card where it takes 2 years or more, or about 2 years. But because I, pulled just about every other card and didn't get that, then I have to say that I don't think it'll take 2 years. Because there's so much information already obtained, I'm thinking that the FBI already has everything, and these guys they're watching, for anything that could pop up in August, which is right around the corner. And then from there, they have testimony from all these people. They got text messages that, they got their information on a platform like 4chan or whatever, all these other, platforms, Parlor and all that, where they were told what to do, where to go, who to meet up with. They've turned over that information to the authorities, right? They've already gotten all that. They have a wealth of that information. And it's not going down well. It's not going to go down well at all. So they've been at it for, good 6 months researching all this stuff. And people are starting to be, serve their sentences and be fined and all that. So I'm thinking that a lot of these people that are getting off without much of a sentence, it's because they entered a plea agreement. And they're probably also agreeing to be watched in case any more, anyone else reaches out to try and do something in the future. So, wow. Okay, well, now I for sure this is all I have. Thanks, you guys. Hope everybody's doing really well. Okay, bye.